Hello, everyone, and welcome
Or welcome back
to the Wizarding World Legacy Podcast.
where we discuss the magic of the Wizarding World's past, present, and future.
We're your hosts, Eric,
And Jasmine.
and today we're going to be talking about another news update covering a few interesting and some sort of repeated topics, but with some more updates and details and specificity.
Yay news!
Yes. Jasmine, I'm going to have you start out this episode for us.
Oh, I don't like you very much. But most of the topic that we will be talking about tonight, we have already talked about. Tom Felton has, by the time you guys are seeing this, officially returned to Broadway in New York City as the one and only Draco Malfoy, which at this point...
Has he ever been on Broadway before?
I thought he had.
Daniel Radcliffe has. So he's reprising his role as Draco Malfoy in The Cursed Child.
Huh.
Yeah, I legitimately don't know if he's ever been on Broadway. This is a legit question. He's coming back as Draco Malfoy grown up. And a lot of people are saying that he looks like Jason Isaac as Lucius, yeah.
Oh, he has not been on Broadway. He's making his debut.
As himself.
As himself.
Basically.
No, actually, he's in another movie.
Oh, he's in another movie.
That I do want to see.
We can mention that at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll circle back to Tom.
Well,
Back again, Tom?
Thank you, Dumbledore. Tom Felton is debuting on Broadway as Draco Malfoy in The Cursed Child. His first performance was on November 11th. His last performance will be on March 22nd. So if you don't have tickets, I would check and see if they're still available.
Yeah, during that time frame for sure.
During that time frame specifically, Eric's already seen the show, but we will be returning specifically to see Tom Felton. Yeah. I've never seen it before. I'm very excited.
And we did talk about this on a previous episode.
Right.
He's starting the role already. So it's going to be really cool to see. And I'm hopeful we can get
a signature.
Yeah.
It's okay to say the whole thing.
Autograph.
Whole word. Autograph.
Whole world, too.
Whole world. We're hoping to potentially be graced by Tom's presence and maybe get an autograph or a signature or honestly whatever if he's willing to give us the time of day, we'll really take anything. Very much looking forward to it. Very excited to see how his performance is and excited that he is, with us in the States for the next few months.
That's pretty cool.
And to celebrate this, he was recently invited to the Empire State Building to light it up green, Slytherin green, naturally, as sort of a pre-debut little exciting moment.
He actually got to turn the, going back to this one, this is supposed to be this big power switch that he turns and all the lights come on and that doesn't do anything. It's symbolic. Well,
so it doesn't do anything, but the little Empire State Building replica next to him sort of lights up. I watched the whole little interview thing.
Well, when he did it, they lit it up.
Well, yes,
but
they
that
did.
Switch didn't do it.
The switch didn't actually trigger the ginormous lights that are on top of the Empire State Building. But I watched the whole little news press announcement interview thing, and they didn't do a test run. As Tom was getting ready, they were like, okay, so you're gonna take this and lift it up. And there was instructions in the moment. Could we just meet 5 minutes ahead of time and you tell me what to do then?
Yeah, I feel like I also would have been Tom and be like, mate, I know how to flip a switch.
Mate, it's...
We're all right.
If you needed to explain it to me...
It only goes in one direction, right? Presumably it's off. I'll do this, right? Oh, it's on now.
It's on now. Can I turn it? We'll redo it.
Can you cut that?
Off, on. Very exciting. That was on October 27th. That's Tom.
Another thing that we mentioned when we did our huge, I think this was during our ultimate huge mega super ultra
all
September
news.
Update. Yeah, the all news update in September.
The all news update.
Oh, this is back to Hogwarts episode we did.
Yeah.
Back to Hogwarts.
Back to baking.
Back to baking with the Phelps twins. And so they've got the Wizards of Baking show. This is their second season.
Yep, on Food Network. We had watched a little bit of one or two of the episodes of the first season. Yeah. Wasn't particularly my cup of tea at the time. I'm not opposed to a good baking show. Great British baking show holds my heart dearly. However, this one, even though it has, as the central theme, a topic one could say I'm at least knowledgeable slightly on, and I care about at least a little bit, still, it just didn't. However, some of the cakes are kind of catching my attention. If anything, I'm thinking I'm going to check out season 2 exclusively to see how this is made This picture I have seen in a lot of different places, and I know it looks different from the front, but from this angle, it's looking like Voldemort's got a booty. It's looking like he's popping a hip. He does look like he has a booty
right there.
Like...
I'm wondering... What is this? Like, it looks like maybe they're going to make the water orb that Dumbledore casts around him. But I'm like, what is this blue thing around him? Because he can't cast a Patronus.
Right. There's just not enough soul left.
Well, even if there were, he would be like, what is it, Herpo the Foul, who goes to cast a Patronus and then maggots shoot out of his wand and consume him?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, so like you can't be evil, intentionally evil at least, and cast a Patronus. There is an exception that's explained for Dolores Umbridge. She thinks what she's doing is truly good, and that's why she's able to cast a Patronus. I still think something should have killed her, but maybe it was the horse trauma.
I think, yeah, she got it.
Yeah, she got something. That is interesting. I do want to know what that's going to be. The thing I find most hilarious is this, because it looks like the janky like doll connectors.
Yeah, like you could pivot it.
Yeah, like you could pivot his head, and then mine of Harry, his head just topples off.
Oh
and
my
looks
gosh!
Like he like snaps his neck in a car crash. A car crash?
A car crash? Lily and James Potter.
It snapped Harry's neck, so he looks all janky.
So the cakes, the bakes, whatever you want to refer to them as, are pretty show-stopping.
I mean, this one's epic. The one of Fox the Phoenix is just like, that's crazy. If nothing else, the paint job on it is ridiculous.
Epic. I mean, even the wings. Like, think of if you're making that, say it's like 80% edible. The structural integrity, and this isn't like on a table. This is like, it's on like a spiral up thing. I imagine the spiral up thing. I don't know what
this is. This must be all structural.
I'm imagining it's
rods and stuff.
Metal and the like. But like even his face, like...
No, that's crazy. I couldn't do it.
This is season 2. It's on the Food Network. You can view every episode the day after it premieres on Disney Plus and Max. That was just like I was like scrolling and I saw some...
It might be worth a watch. Yeah, because the first season was okay. But, I mean, look at that. You get the Ford Anglia.
We're suckers for the flying Ford Anglia. And the Phelps twins, while talking a little bit about the show, were recently asked to depart some wisdom upon the newest Weasley twins.
Yes, they were. And this is what they had to say. I apologize in advance. The video that the Associated Press shared for this kind of like went gray at times. It got pixel. It was just kind of weird. But this is what they had to say.
Have fun with it. And one thing I'd love to say to them is just be true to the characters, which I'm sure they will because they're really cool characters to be able to play and you can have a lot of fun with them. It's a different model. It's a series. It's not a film. It's a different vehicle, as it were.
And I really hope as well that the people who watch it are kind to the actors who are doing it. Essentially, a lot of them are kids, so let's look after this and remember this definitely as well. But we'll always be very supportive of all the fan base around the world.
So that's what the Phelps twins had to say.
I thought that was like positive.
It doesn't really sound like they've had a lot of interactions with the newest Weasley twins, and I think that's both good. And I'm like a little bummed about it. Like I think it's good because I want the new Weasley twins to take their own spin.
Yeah. I almost wonder how you'd feel as the new Weasley twins, right? With the Phelps coming onto the set and be like, hey, mate, this is how we did things. And I don't know. You're right. You could take it two ways. Like, you could welcome their advice and be like, oh, this is so cool. Like, they're just trying to sort of pass the torch and give us, like, little tips.
Right.
At the same time, it's kind of like, do you not think I can do this?
Right. Like
because they did make the point of saying, this is a totally different medium. And so while some people will be inclined to make comparisons, it's really not comparable. Like you're talking about a totally different medium of delivering the story, a whole lot more time to develop those characters, develop the plot points. Right. And we'll get to see Fred and George do so many more funny and...
Gred and Forge.
It's going to be great. I do think that they didn't use it as a means to like...
Yeah, I think it was very diplomatic and very supportive. Like, just, hey, like, these are fun characters. Do something with it.
Do them justice, make them your own, and stay true to who they are, not who we are, who they are as characters. It's going to be hard not to, like, even in the audiobooks, which we'll talk about later, there was a certain line that was said, and I'm like, it was you call yourself our mother.
I could hear it.
Yeah, and I was like, was that literally the Phelps twins saying that? So moving on.
Lego. Most of the Lego sets that we had talked about last time have been teased for 2026. The one that you are seeing currently is Hagrid and Harry's Privet Drive Escape.
And I thought this one was associated with part of the Privet Drive model, and it's not.
It's not at all.
Not at all.
This is it.
Because the original rumors were that there would be more.
Yeah. It's
a
$20 set. It's 124 pieces.
Yeah. I don't even know, not to be a jerk, I don't even know that it's worth $20, although people pay a lot for minifigs, so maybe.
Yeah.
Because you get 4.
Yeah, you do get 4, Harry, Hagrid, and the 2 Dementors. And you do get different styled Dementors, which
They're
I
not
like.
Dementors. Those
Sorry.
are Death Eaters.
Death Eaters. They always confuse me. One thing that people have mentioned is that Hedwig is left out of this.
That's true.
And, like, how do you have their escape without Hedwig? Because arguably Hedwig's the main character in that scene.
Emotionally, he is.
Absolutely. Even over Moody's death, not to be dramatic.
No, but Hedwig is the loss of Harry's innocence.
Wow, that was deep. It's deeper than I was expecting us to go tonight, but I guess we're here.
That's
now.
what it was meant to symbolize. I'm sorry.
So this is just one of the smaller sets. Not one that I'm personally particularly interested in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even the right
like,
color for the bike.
No, the bike is much more Fort Anglia colored.
The bike is supposed to be,
Yeah.
you mean? Yeah. It's a lot closer, too.
This is seafoam green. So
I don't like it.
yeah, no, not thrilled. I was looking at it and it looks like the little white, flowery thing tilts. Like there's a hinge here. I don't know what that's supposed to represent. I don't know why it would do that. I can't remember from the books or the movies if there was and as
Maybe
they were
it's a
leaving-
play element. Maybe as you fly over, you can tip it like the motorbike is blowing the leaves and
That
stuff.
would be fun, kind of.
If you do that.
If you do that. Yeah, no. So, and I mean, this is, I just wanted it, a little bit closer up. There is, a lamppost. So if I had, a full-fledged Lego, diorama, and I had, everything set up, this could be fun.
It could be a
to
part of it.
include. It could be fun to include, but it's not a set that I'm, I'm going after.
I'm not rushing to Target to pick that up.
Nope,
or the
not
Lego
today.
store.
And speaking of 124-piece sets, we also have the sorting ceremony.
I'm actually not as mad about this one.
Me either.
Not that I'm mad about it though, but but this one actually, at least it gives you components that you can use in other sets.
Very much so.
So the Hogwarts points,
Yep.
the house points.
That's my favorite piece of it,
Right.
is the house points.
You can integrate that right into your Great Hall of the main set.
Right.
Same with the sorting hat on the stool.
The 4-poster stool, they got that
Yeah.
right?
Well,
It's 4 posters ever since.
ever since. That's true.
So
That's true.
we're living in the ever since.
I don't understand the spinning house thing.
Yeah.
I could do without that. Just shave off $5. Get rid of that. Shave off $5.
That's what's probably 30 pieces. Knock it down to
Yeah.
94 pieces.
Yeah, and I'm good.
$15.
You could always make you can make do with the table. You can integrate that into your mock or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm good with that spending thing.
Yeah, because that's just not how it happens.
Yeah, it's silliness.
With this set, you do get McGonagall's Patronus, the cat Patronus.
Ooh,
and
you
the
do. That's right.
Patronus pieces now have an entirely new material that they're made of. They used to
They're
be
way
that,
more opaque.
Yeah, they're more opaque here. They used to be that you could see the pieces of sparkle in them.
And they used to be almost
Frosted?
like a frosted blue.
Yeah, yeah.
You couldn't. They weren't that translucent. I guess that's what I meant to say. This is almost completely translucent. I like that.
Yeah, so with this set, you get McGonagall's Patronus. So I really like that. But my favorite piece is definitely the points. I like that the hat is accurate and the stool.
Another thing that was pointed out was, did you notice all the box design has changed? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They completely changed it. And one of the things somebody pointed out was that Harry, Ron, and Hermione's faces used to be on all the art. They're not there anymore. They're completely removed. Now, the design of the minifigs are the same, which are not very specific to Daniel, Rupert, and Emma, but they are no longer on the box art.
They're phasing in a new era.
I do think that's very much intentional. This is going to be the start of moving forward with Harry Potter. But at the same time, that only totally works if they're going to depict the characters in some more dress and stuff like that.
And I think they are. If you look at the robes, the robes aren't colored. I don't know if the previous minifig Lego robes were colored or
I don't
not,
think so.
But so far, it's seeming pretty accurate to what we've seen of just Dominic.
No, I think this is pretty good. We've obviously got some more sets. What do you think about this one? You actually had some reservations about this the first time we talked about it.
I'm not as upset about it.
It's not bad.
No.
The wings are at least, they look to be clear, they're made of clear Lego. And they're not as blocky as they could have unfortunately been.
Yes.
Which is good. I say unfortunately it could have been, meaning it would have been unfortunate if they were that blocky.
Yeah, I don't think we're fans of the blockheads.
Yeah, I like it to look a little bit more true to life. I understand it's Lego, but you can still make it a little more true. What are they holding, though? Are those brooms or those quills? Those pens? Because that's like an ink bottle that he's spilling. It's supposed
It
to
could be a quill.
I think it's supposed to be a quill because he's got like an inkwell there.
I love the spilling inkwell.
And I like Lockhart's book.
Yes.
I really like that. And he's a Lego minifig. They didn't try to make it like a real photo on it. I like those little attention to detail components.
Yeah, this one, you can pose them different ways. Like the spilling inkwell, I really love.
And they have a little stand, right? So you can pose them like they're flying. They can be standing on something and grabbing it because it looks like their fingers are somewhat posable.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like them way more than I thought I would.
I was very happily surprised with this one. Yeah. This one is a 320-piece set and is, I think, $30.
Yeah, the only issue, of course, with these is that they're bigger. So you're not going to integrate it into your, like, Lego MOCs.
Right.
But if you have the other, like, collector's pieces, the full-size head wigs and those kind of things, you could integrate it with those. So this I was pretty much correct on. I said it was going to be like a potion that opened up, kind of like the book ones. And it was going to be like the potions classroom inside of it. What are your thoughts?
These ones are almost too youthful for me. All of the other ones are replicas or like, I don't know, I feel like I could see them as parts of a display. This is something that I kind of feel like I'd play with my kids with.
Putting it like that, I could definitely say that. The one thing I would say is when it's closed, I think it makes a good prop, like display piece, just as well as the books do. Of course, the books are kind of more like set up and play and then put back together. I think this is actually like an articulating spoon.
Stir,
yeah, which is kind of cool.
And I think it's what locks it.
It locks here.
Oh.
I don't know if you can. So it locks here and the edge of this clicks onto that. This part just kind of sits into this empty space here. Gotcha. So there's a space for it to close. And I think it can still articulate with it in there.
Yep.
So I do like that there's that. You know, if you're somebody who plays with your Legos rather than just displays your Legos, there are those play elements, which I think is nice.
Yeah, definitely. And this one's kind of cool. It comes with the little frame thing on next to the green bubbles. The frame thing is
this?
Yeah, it's an unidentified like picture, but like it'll come as an
you're talking about this
witch.
guy.
Yeah.
It looks
so
like
it's
it's
like a
probably
surprise
Minerva.
piece.
That one looks like it's supposed to be Minerva.
I doubt it'll actually be Minerva though.
Again, not one I'm running to the store for, but it's good. It's a good Lego.
And this one is 652 pieces, so it'll be around $60.
I'm hoping this is not a sticker and that it's actually just a print. It's printed
I
on
don't know
Lego.
why they do any stickers. Just put it on before we get it.
Yeah, because like I think this will probably be a sticker.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't
They
like those.
usually are.
You were excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm not anymore.
So I like the car.
Yes.
Hate the faces.
I hate the characters.
Yeah. You could have, like, if you were just going to do a printed Lego, you could have done a printed half-round Lego and done that as the front of the face. This flat-faced, it's
This
stupid.
flat-faced thing.
Yeah, it's like, it's dumb. And not to be rude, this almost looks racist. I'm sorry, it almost looks racist. It looks terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like, the car is really well done.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the car at all, but I think I would have to take them out of it.
Yeah,
and
I
not
don't think
look
I
at
could
them.
put them in.
No.
The car is like kind of cool. There is an eject function that swings the doors open and throws their luggage out the back.
Can it just throw them out? Can we just stuff them in the back?
Garbage bags. Like, don't even include them in the set.
If you're going to make them and put them in the car, please build a different face.
Yes.
That's bad.
This could have been like a really cool model car.
Uh-huh.
And you could still include the luggage.
Yeah.
But like you actually didn't need people. This could just be the wild car that's in the forest.
You could have
Let
even
it
given
free.
it. Could have even have done some like damaged pieces.
Yeah. You could like
Scuffed up
have
pieces.
to build the actual windshield so there's a nice hole in it.
Yeah. Or even if you don't want to be that intricate, just like scratches on the doors and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anything is possible if you just believe in literally any other option.
And I believe in excluding them from.
I also do. That one was 868 pieces and was $80.
I just realized something about this.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
I didn't realize this was a light. I thought at first that was like not a sticker, but like maybe a print on.
No, so this is Luna Lovegood's house, and it comes with a light brick.
A light projector brick.
A light projector.
I don't know if I've seen a light projector brick before.
I have not, and it projects the Deathly Hallows, which is my favorite like Harry Potter symbol.
Hopefully it's that clear.
Yeah, that's what I'm like nervous about.
I was pretty excited about Luna's house. And I'm not excited about it. It's not how I pictured it. Obviously
Smaller than I thought it would be.
Yeah, and everything kind of is, right? Like the rooms aren't made to actually accommodate the figs like all there like it would if it was life size. And I imagine our house would be a little bit, like the spaces would be a little bit smaller anyways because they're just such a close family, but not that small.
No.
And he has so much junk in there.
Yeah.
And he also runs the Quibbler out of his home.
Right, so we were expecting like...
Where are you running? Like, where's your printing press and all that kind of stuff? Like, I don't know. And it's a half home. Like, I wish they kind of just built it out a little bit
so
more.
You could like close it.
And the dirigible plums are basically built onto the side of the building. I was really disappointed in that.
Yeah, I wanted like those clear pieces so that they could be like actually flying.
Yeah.
Floating. Like...
And even if you didn't do that, at least like a separate kind of tree with those on them. But it's like basically attached. Like, I think...
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yep.
And it's the cheapest.
And it's just like wrapped around.
It's the cheapest, crappiest dirigible plum tree. And it's a disappointing reveal. I wouldn't mind the house all in all. And I think if you could just do a little mock of a dirigible plum tree separate and just pull that piece of crap off, it would be a little bit better.
Yeah, we have it, like, they have it climbing up the side. This one, I think I was more excited for before I saw it.
Yeah.
So not personally thrilled with this one.
There's elements of it I like. I like the sort of twisty-turvy kind of appearance of the building, that sort of magical, how is this even being held together, like the Weasleys.
Yeah, the burrow.
And then the steeper than is to code kind of stairs. I like that kind of stuff.
And there's like a teeny tiny bunk at the very top. Mm-hmm. So
that I don't even think a minifig could lay down in.
No, it definitely could.
Yeah.
So all in all, like, it's cute. We see the nods. I personally, with this set, I would be most excited about the projector brick.
Right. If this set was like $40, $45, I would get it.
It's 90.
It's twice that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would swing $90 for this.
Yeah. No.
It's not a bad set, but it's way too overpriced.
And it's, yeah.
It's not a bad set, but it's definitely not a great set.
Exactly.
This is just another view of her. Like, yeah, so that kind of proves it. She can't even lay down in there.
Nope. She definitely can't lay down in there, but it's got her, like, painting. Oh, this side is where you see the dirigible plums.
Mm-hmm. And Xenophilius looks like a teenage girl, the same age.
He also looks way too put together.
He's also supposed to be, under duress. I do like that they include a Death Eater because they do come to attack the house.
And
I don't know where Ron is.
Oh, yeah. Ron didn't get invited, obviously. Mm-hmm. Didn't get invited to the Lego set. But, like, I do like that they have, like, Luna's paintings on the side of the house, although I don't know how she would have gotten there due to the not up to code steps.
Yeah, but this being the dirigible plum tree is a sad excuse of crap. And they didn't get the thing stay up to dirigible plums, but how am I climbing it?
Yeah.
It's attached to your house.
Right. And I don't think I included a picture of it, but this set has Luna's Patronus, the hair.
Which is, I think, made out of the new material, right?
Yes.
Because we have had Luna's Patronus before, but it's that kind of bluish, not as transparent.
Oh, it looks like Luna's got, like, paintings above her bed, too.
Yeah, she's got something up here.
Yeah, so with all Lego sets, like, I really do love the, like, little attention to detail. I love the nods. Could have done better.
Yeah, this one could have been a bit better. A little disappointing because I was most excited, I think, for this one. I wasn't expecting this one.
Me either.
Yeah. I love this one.
Me too.
It's a nice little display piece.
It's a great display piece. There's tons of detail included.
Yeah, you know the mini castle that I think is about the same footprint. The mini castle that has some of the lake with it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think this is like just as good as of a display piece as that is, and that one's great. Like a lot of people really, really love that one, even though it's like micro fig size.
Right.
I don't know. I love this. You get Dumbledore's card. You've got the just like the little candle. You got the Sorcerer's Stone up here. You've got the chess piece.
It's on a chess board.
Yeah, I love it. It's actually really good.
Yeah, this one.
You even got Gringotts Gold.
Yep, Gringotts Gold. And we have some more pictures of this one that are like a little bit more closer up. Mm-hmm. Just because there's so much detail included in this.
Platform
so there's like
quarters.
a tiny little Hogwarts Express.
Love it. Didn't even get the steam.
So little.
They use a feather piece for that.
It's like this one they really did it.
And there's play elements too, which I like. Ron, I think he actually fully moves, right? These two
I think so, yep.
Yeah.
So like you can play with chess. This is the scene in the girls' lavatory with the troll.
Oh, so the hold on, I'm gonna go back. So on this side, that piece comes off and becomes Yeah, the troll attacking. That's awesome.
And like the teeny
Yeah, see,
tiny
this is
little
the
toilets.
like microfig like you have on the big castle builds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, this one I think they did very well. It's like a collector's edition one. Mm-hmm. And these are the figs that come with it. And they're all the ones from the very last like adventure. So like Harry in his sweater after he's been all cut up by...
That's cool. I like that. This is great, dude. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this at all.
Me either.
So I was very pleasantly surprised by...
So like if they can guarantee one of these for each book, this would be a very cool set to have.
Yeah, if you could have one for each book and have like a shelf where you have the Lego and then you have your other stuff like your book and then everything else that you have collectibles, if you're like obsessed like that.
If you're like one of those crazy people.
You could do that.
Yeah, so this is one of those sets where I'm like, I haven't purchased a Lego set in a little while, but like...
This one I think would actually, out of everything they've announced so far, I think this is the most worth it, despite being the most expensive.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so this one is 1,571 pieces, and it's $170.
That's not even like that high of a piece count, but it's the intricacy of it that drives up the cost.
It's well, I mean, the Ford Anglia is like 800 pieces and $80. So it's like if you doubled that, we're looking at 1,600 pieces for $160.
Yeah, so this is $10 more than that on 100 pieces less. Well, 30 pieces less, I guess. But I just think it's the intricacy that drives it up a little bit. You've got parts that aren't being used in other sets or in other pieces. Like the micro things, they don't make a ton of those because they don't need to. They don't have a lot of micro scale sets. These are like embossed pieces.
God, I want the gold.
I do too. So these are very like specific ones. So that inherently just drives up the cost of production. So it makes sense. I mean, would I like it cheaper? Sure.
Right. But I was thinking about it. There's the cursed necklace that's like 180 versus this set.
Well, this is like definitely so much easier to display.
Kind of more fun.
Yeah, you get to have fun with it, and it's like you don't just put it on the shelf and be like, okay, sit there and look pretty.
Right.
You can like display elements with it that you can continue to enjoy.
Yeah, you get to build it. You get to like discover, like, because we are seeing some of the details, but there's obviously details that we're not seeing. So it's like...
There's always these little things as you're putting them together. You're like, oh, dude.
Fully thought it through. I really like this one.
I do too. Pleasantly surprised. Wasn't expecting that one, and I think I would actually get that.
Me too. And so back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yes. We did have some rumors and leaks and things like that. And one of them was that they were filming at Hogwarts, finally.
Yeah, that they had finished filming in Diagon Alley in September. And that filming had started to take place at Hogwarts, wherever Hogwarts may be. Some of the things that they were first filming were the scenes with students interacting with portraits. And,
I think they were also in filming some of the portraits themselves too, right?
Yeah.
So I think like they'd bring people to a soundstage in Leavesden studio, which would be probably all green screen or all blue screen, and then they would just be, make a little set, film them on set, interacting however they're going to interact, and then superimpose that as the photograph. Or they could use like TV screens,
monitors, which is something that we've considered.
Cool. It's cool because we're moving on and we're getting more.
Making progress.
Yeah.
And we love progress.
We do love progress. I wish we had gotten some leaks of what they're using for Hogwarts.
Yeah.
But we haven't got that yet.
We don't have a ton on
the actual school.
We also still don't have an Arthur Weasley. And I know we've brought that up before.
Yeah, he is completely unnecessary until the next book.
I have a Lucius. I want an Arthur.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Like, if Lucius is being shown in the first film and we don't hear about him in the first... I keep saying film. In the first season, and we don't hear about him in the first book, why not Arthur?
Also, if we're saying that Draco and Lucius need to develop a bond, Arthur has 7 children.
Yeah.
You're just going to leave them fatherless?
Yeah, at least 5 of them you need to establish some sort of connection with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
I'm anxious about who they're going to choose for him.
I just want an Arthur. And then we have one other unupdate or re-update.
Maybe. So there's been a mixture of rumors about the narrator. And I had maybe presumptuously made a video about there being a narrator. And there is somebody cast as a narrator or the narrator or just narrator. That's what the casting call calls him.
Okay.
The confusion is he a narrator for the show or is he a narrator within the show? Or is narrator just not even what he is at all. And I think all three have been supported in some way or another. So I staked the claim that he was narrating the show as maybe perhaps a third-person omniscient narrator. I still think that makes sense. I've already said why, so we're going to move on. And then there was some other ones that said maybe he's a narrator on the TV when the Dursleys are listening to something, which makes a little bit of sense.
Definitely.
He's coming home, he's listening to the news. I wouldn't call a news anchor a narrator, but maybe it's somebody like narrating something in the background, like on tonight's program, you're going to hear more about blah, blah. Like it could be narration that you hear in the background. Or they just could have put him up as narrator for no reason.
Or maybe it's like previously on Game of Thrones.
Right. Maybe he's not actually involved in the show at all.
But just like...
But he's the guy who says,
I feel like
on last week's episode of Harry Potter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like, like sometimes there's like a next on, previously on, and like all of the just like...
Stay tuned for next week's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Exactly.
It could be one of those kind of things.
So I'm wondering like how kid-friendly like they'll make the show. Like, is Harry gonna make it? Like, ending on a cliffhanger.
Will Harry make it through the wall of fire? Bum, bum, bum.
Honestly,
stay tuned till next week.
Really, really excited. I want to see the logic test so bad.
I do too. Oh my gosh.
So bad.
That's another thing that they get to include now. So we don't really know why.
We're just as confused as you are.
Because, those are the three. Like, he's either not involved at all, he's involved in a way that isn't, like, direct in the sense of, like, he's narrating the story, or he's a narrator. Like, literally a narrator in the show. We'll see. And then, of course, the audiobooks.
The audiobooks.
She thinks I'm going to eat crow.
No,
I don't. I already had dinner and dessert.
He's very full. I don't think he's going to eat crow. They're out now. We've listened.
Yes, I finished the first book in like 2 days.
Yeah, they're only like 8.5 hours.
Incredibly short. And they're not abridged.
No, not at all.
And they don't feel rushed when you're listening to them.
No.
I don't know how she read them that quickly. But in any case, to set some groundwork for myself here a little bit, I really went...
Previously on the Wizarding World Legacy podcast.
I went hard on the production quality and the narrator. And I stand by that because my take on that was about the preview that they shared. And the preview that they shared was bad. And the segment that the preview was taken from still needed work. Now, there's a few things that were brought up by some of our other listeners, as well as just people on Reddit and people on all sorts of forums of like, here's been my experience in listening to the books. It is meant to be played as sort of like a Dolby Atmos or a Dolby Surround kind of experience. And that's so that, if you're listening to it on like a surround system at home, you can hear the dialogue, the main dialogue, I guess, sort of, from one spot. And occasionally you'll hear things coming from other areas. And some of the music's behind you, some of the sound effects are behind you. So you're enveloped in the story. And with headphones and things like that that are using that spatial audio, it'll do the same thing. However, a lot of people found that they had to turn spatial audio off on their phones. So when you would, swipe down on an iPhone or an iPad or whatever, and you would hold the volume thing, you can actually switch like noise canceling on or off, transparency on or off. You can switch spatial audio on or off or fixed or whatever.
Mostly if you're using like Apple products.
If you're using Apple AirPods. So AirPods, AirPods Pro, AirPods Max, they'll do that. If you're not, it'll default to the sort of stereo anyways, but Dolby is mixed in a way where when it's in your headphones, there are certain things that are mixed, it's called out of phase. And so it sums it to stereo so it doesn't sound like crap, but then it kind of redistributes it, if they're in headphones or other things, in a surround-like pattern. That's how your ears recognize it. And so things still feel placed. It is clearer if you listen to it without spatial audio on. So if you turn spatial off and just do stereo, you still get that immersive sound to it with your headphones on, but things feel a little more tight. And so you can kind of hear things a little more clearly. The problem is there are still some level issues where, Hermione's entering the carriage. This was my complaint for the scene that was, and I'm not going to give anything away for those who haven't listened anyways. For the scene where Hermione enters the carriage and she goes, "Oh, are you doing magic then? Let's see." There's like aspects where she's supposed to be like here and you're in the carriage and it's like, oh, who's this girl entering behind me? And again, if I was seeing this on screen and then the camera pans to her, that makes sense. But when you're hearing dialogue being delivered, right? Think of it in how you're reading it.
Right.
You're seeing the dialogue. The dialogue is front and center. The dialogue should feel front and center. That's where your attention is supposed to be, or you just don't write dialogue. So there were still moments where characters' dialogue was too quiet. I mean, there was literally moments where like Vernon said something, where Hermione said something, people said things, and I'm like, wait, what did they say? And I had to rewind it because I couldn't hear. I was like straining to hear the dialogue. And
right.
That's not good. Like that takes you out of the immersion, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think there were like small bits of that.
Yeah.
Overall, though, I liked it.
I will say, overall, now I used a Audible credit for it, so I didn't have to.
So did I.
I didn't have to pay for it because I wasn't about to pay for something that I just shit on completely.
Yeah.
If I wasn't going to like it. I did like it. And I think I made a point during the rant that I went on.
13 minutes or so.
Yeah, when edited. It was 15. The rant I went on was like, the narrator is doing a bad job here. She's doing a terrible job. And I know she can do better because I've heard better. And you do hear better for almost the rest of the book.
Yeah.
Like she does actually a great job. There was actually moments where like she was intentionally bringing emotion to the character, not just delivering information in between dialogue and stuff.
Right.
She was bringing that emotive quality to it that a narrator should have. Because one of the things that one of our viewers had said was, well, she's the narrator. She's basically delivering information, and the emotion and the performance is supposed to come from the characters. I vehemently disagree with that because there is emotion in the information being delivered to you between dialogue, because the entire book isn't going to be dialogue.
Right.
And so she wants you to understand how people are feeling that are about to be talking. Harry was scared. He didn't know someone was there. Was he going to get away from Filch? Like that
right.
kind of thing. And she did do that in other chapters of the book. And I thought she did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Eric has a degree in audio engineering. Like, this is his area, but at the same time, like I also listened to that preview, and the narrator continuously took me out of it. I had a hard time hearing Hermione over the sound of the trains. Like,
yeah.
Consider me an ignorant audio nothing. I have no audio skills whatsoever. My ears barely work. I don't think he's crazy today.
For the preview. So,
for the preview.
So I'm happy to have been right about the preview, but wrong about the book altogether.
Very much so.
Because I thought the book was great.
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job. There were elements where it was a little too busy, a little too distracting, and I think I would stand by my point of saying, like, this could be hard to listen to and do other things in some places.
In some places,
yeah.
I think that's true. I personally have never listened to, like, a full cast audio recording before. I thought it would be overwhelming. And so I was actually putting together this week's episode, and I was also listening to it at the same time. And I got really into it, but I was still able to do things at the same time. Yeah. I was, like, very pleasantly surprised.
There's only a few periods of time where there's a lot going on, so you're like, all right, I got to pay attention to the book.
And I really think a lot of it is the train sounds. Like, the train sounds are one of those that I was like, okay, I hear the train. But then once we were over that, the other background noises only added for me.
The nice thing about Audible, too, being the platform in which you're getting this, I've seen a few people, there's one YouTuber in particular who's like, I'm not going to buy this unless it's, a hard copy. Like, I only want a hard copy of that I own. Hey, I hear you there. I would like a hard copy as well that I own, in that, like, if I stop paying for my Audible subscription, they can't go, oh, I guess you don't want this anymore. Because that's, I don't know, messed up to me. But the benefit of this platform is when you buy the book or whatever, they can update it. So if they decide to say, oh, we should have probably mixed these scenes a little bit better, but the book's out, people have listened to it, we can get to it when we get to it, and then send out an update. And then when the person connects, it'll refresh their copy and it'll be updated.
Yeah.
So that's nice. You see that with the movies when you buy them, like on Apple TV and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the extended edition would get added in, or scenes and stuff like that would get added in, or they'd recolor grade it and that would get updated.
I totally agree. I will say, and it's also like, if you just subscribe to Audible, the monthly subscription is going to be less than the book's cost.
And you get a credit. And
when you first sign up, you get a bonus credit. So when we wanted to, just sample the book, we both got 2 credits. And so now we have a credit for the next book when it comes out.
Yep.
And if we have that monthly subscription, I think it's like $15 a month or something, then you can get it. So, the books overall are slightly more expensive than they are if you're just getting the, like, standard...
Jim Dale or Stephen Fry audiobooks, yeah.
The standard audiobooks. With the Audible subscription, it definitely makes it a little bit easier. I'm personally just like slightly annoyed because I like very intentionally curated my audiobook library in Apple Books. And so it's annoying to have to go to another platform, but like for sure not the end of the world.
There are ways to export, and I don't know about this one though, because this one uses the Dolby Atmos encoding. So I don't know if there will be for this one, but usually with Audible audiobooks, there's actually a way to download it and then you can import it into Apple Books if that's your preferred way of listening. And I've done that before. If Audible has a sale on one of the audiobooks and I didn't have it yet, that's how I got it. And then I would import it and I'd have them all together. And then I make a collection, put them all in order, and I can listen to them. But if you can do that with this one, and I am going to try to figure that out with this, that's how I would prefer to do it. Again, it was great.
Yeah.
Everyone who listened to my rant about the preview, don't discount that. Because there are elements that you might be like, that's a little bit annoying. I wish I could hear that more easily. But that's okay because those are fewer and further between. And the performances are great.
Hermione, Arabella Stanton, did an incredible job. Kind of felt like a little bit of a spoiler to the show.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that too. I'm like, is she going to perform it the same way? But she won't because she's there on camera, moving around, doing things.
Right. It'll feel very different, but it did feel like, I was just like, oh. Well, okay. But Mark Addy as Hagrid.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I love Nick Frost. I really do. I really kind of wish we got Mark Addy now.
Me too.
Because
he was originally, and when we were first talking about it, Mark Addy was one of our,
picks.
He could have been it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Nick Frost in the role, but I think that Mark Addy would have been it.
He's going to have to crush it because now we have like two comparisons in our head.
Yeah, which
Voice
is so rude. You can't compare, to be compared to Robbie Coltrane, and Mark Addy is insane.
Yeah. I just kept hearing him, come on, Harry, come with me up to Hogwarts. You live like a fucking king.
Bring me my wine.
Yeah, bring me my wine. Yes.
Mark Addy did play Robert Baratheon in the HBO Game of Thrones series.
Bringing Harry to King's Landing.
Yeah, I really loved it. Also, Hugh Laurie as Dumbledore.
It's good. He has a very distinctive voice, so it's like, I know it's Hugh Laurie. But it's good,
It took me longer to, like, clock it than I thought it would.
Oh, instantaneously. He's got this quality to his voice that's like, it's almost like he's probably smoked a little bit, so he's got this rasp, some cigars and whiskey a little bit. But then he's got this, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to place it.
The Doctor in House.
Yeah, he plays the Doctor in House. He's got this just quality to his voice that is quite distinct, but not in a John Lithgow kind of way.
It's not in a John Lithgow kind of way, but listening to the audiobook almost made me feel more comfortable with John Lithgow playing Dumbledore in the show.
He'll be a little more soft-spoken.
He'll be a little bit more soft-spoken, but it was almost like a palate cleanser.
It was funny because he took inspiration from Stephen Fry's Dumbledore, which I was like, okay, I guess so. He did a good job. I honestly really liked, and I say this every time, I really liked Jim Dale's interpretation of the different characters. I thought he did a wonderful Hagrid.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great Dumbledore.
I think he did an accurate but annoying Draco.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about other characters in this series?
Just briefly, I personally don't have a huge issue with Draco. I think he sounds like a posh C-word, and I think that's appropriate for his character.
I hate Draco's voicing, and I am so grateful that this person is not voicing him for the entirety of the books, because that was the hardest to listen to.
Also, nothing on the kid who voiced him. Just this particular performance.
Well, he's not even the only one. There was one other character who was voiced very similarly, and I'm like, that's not it. That's not it. Even Snape, like, I wasn't thrilled with Snape's voice because he's not menacing enough, and he's not like, I hear Snape being like, Potter, what are you doing with the cauldron, Potter? Right. I hear like this kind of like threatening, menacing, like throaty kind of voice, and he doesn't have that at all.
Yeah, Snape didn't do anything.
He sounds too soft. He's a soft man. No, but for Draco, honestly, my problem with Draco isn't that he sounds too posh, because I get that. He's a rich, stuck-up little brat. But it was like, I don't know, it was very, very like effeminate and drawn out and very like Broadway-ish. Like the
almost like whiny.
Yeah, like, oh, Harry Potter. It was like very drawn. I would hear him and I'm like, oh, you just sound like an idiot. Like, I wouldn't be scared of you or threatened of you at all.
I would just feel bad for you.
Yeah, I would just think that if I retaliated, it's a hate crime. You also seem super, super soft, and I just don't like, maybe mentally soft too. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I personally didn't have a huge issue with Draco. I thought he was okay. Another character we disagree.
Wait, hold on. there was also the laughing. The fact that he laughed about everything.
That's fair.
Oh, Potter.
I don't know, it just gives posh. It gives, my father will hear about this and use money to solve all our problems.
Yeah, but it was like, and not just based off Tom Felton's version of Draco, which I think was perfect, but it's like, it's angry. I'm going to tell my father about this.
Right,
like,
he wasn't angry at all.
no, it was like, oh, my father will hear about this. Oh,
It's not going to be hilarious.
he's not going to be so happy. And that's like, okay, are we like giddy about your dad finding out? This is weird. Like, am I threatened? Are we going to like...
How much do you love your dad?
Are we going to have tea together and powder each other's noses? What are we doing here? Like, this is weird. I feel uncomfortable, but not threatened.
But not threatened. Eric was definitively uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it didn't take me out of it too much. I hear what Eric's saying.
Yeah.
I like leaning into the posh. He gives Connecticut to me. One other character we disagreed on was Peeves. I loved Peeves. I thought he was very, very well done.
He wasn't bad. Certainly not as bad as Draco was for me.
You said that he wasn't as like mischievous.
Yes, that was the thing. He was more like, I guess a little bit flamboyant and colorful.
Like teasing almost?
Yes. And it was very like, like kind of like vibes. But he wasn't very like, I don't know. I think for him it's because and maybe this is also because I don't have a movie reference to go against. But I'm kind of comparing him a little bit to the Jim Dale where he's like, gotcha conk.
Yeah, he's so annoying. Like in Jim Dale's, he's like, he makes me angry.
Yeah, you're like, God, Pete, just go away.
Yeah, like he's such an asshole in Jim Dale's version of the audiobooks, Peeves feels hateful.
So irritating.
Yeah. But in this version of the audiobook, I very much was like, well, that's fun.
It's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just different portrayals.
But I wouldn't feel that way if he's chucking walking sticks at my skull.
This is fair. This is reasonable. So I guess. He was too playful without feeling mischievous. He was too, like, again, flamboyant without feeling like, leave. Just leave. You're irritating. You're an obstacle to what I need to do. Yeah, what, Peeves is worth like 3 trapdoors and...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm hearing him and I'm like, is it? Oh,
is it?
He doesn't seem that bad.
Did you want to walk me to class, buddy?
We can have a little chat. Seems okay.
So that's fair. I think we both agree. Hugh Laurie, Mark Addy. Mark Addy was the best.
Oh, he's fantastic.
110%.
And the kids were, like Harry, Ron, Hermione. They were great.
Yeah, really well done.
Yeah.
And I liked hearing... I don't know. I very much felt like I wasn't going to be able to distinguish between Harry and Ron. Like, they're both youthful British boys. Like,
they sound different for sure.
But they do sound different. But not like Seamus Harry different.
And not even like Rupert Daniel different. Because like Daniel was like, I can't do a Daniel.
Yeah, no, you don't have a Daniel.
No, but like Rupert was like, bloody hell, Harry. It's like very mouthy and, deep. A
little bit lower.
Whereas, I'm Harry Potter. Like more like proper, despite being brought up in a family that like shoved him in a cupboard. Yeah. I don't know. They were distinguished enough where you could definitely tell who was who. The twins, I thought they were great too, but we had an observation about a particular line. It's you call yourself our mother.
Right.
And we just heard the Phelps twins. It was identical. We're identical.
And I think that about brings us to the 15-minute audiobook rant that you are granted with our most recent episodes.
They were great, though. I don't think they sounded like the Phelps twins the entire time. But that line, I was like, wait, what? Did you just cut that from the movie?
Right.
We've got more rumors.
Rumors that I refuse to acknowledge.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that this is cold and hard fact and it's coming true, but I'm hoping for it.
I am hoping aggressively.
Fortnite will be bringing Harry Potter to Chapter 7.
Some might refer to us as nerds. We play Fortnite, not well.
We get around the map. 0 build mode.
Yes.
Exclusively.
Yeah, most of them are bots. We get that. It's still a good time.
People take us out and probably like, those are bots. They suck so bad.
Right, exactly. But Eric can do some things in the game. He's got some aim. And I have anxiety, so I can tell us where to go. Yeah. And I've got the 360-degree view.
I've Avada Kedavra'd a few people from across the map.
Exactly. He's not bad with a sniper. We play Fortnite. Again, not well, but we play it. And we have been dreaming
We started making our own...
drafting what this could entail. Our own map.
Like, if this is the map, this is where we would put Hogwarts. We would have the Black Forest back here and all this area where you could explore. And there could be, Acromantuas in there that you have to fight.
You said the Black Forest. Is it the Dark Forest?
It's been called like the Dark Forest, Black Forest, and Forbidden Forest. It's the Forbidden Forest, technically.
So
and in front of that, we got the Black Lake. It was just
obviously with the giant squid. And then obviously there's a train that goes around the entire map.
Hogwarts Express. Come on, it's meant for it.
Duh. And then you have your Privet Drive. You have your Muggle world. If this is true, you likely won't see us for a month or two.
Yeah, we might be absent for a bit. I'm sorry. But we'll capture gameplay and we'll share it.
Absolutely we will.
We even thought of like the different mythics or different medallions or different things that you could have on the map, different bosses. You could fight Voldemort, the different skins that you could get.
Obviously you can have Voldemort. Umbridge could be a character.
They already have brooms in the friggin' game because of the Halloween episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we've got flying brooms. The animals, you could have, Thestrals in the game.
Or hippogriffs.
You could have Thestrals in the game, and only once you get a kill can you see them.
Oh, dude.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Thestrals, hippogriffs, animals that you can ride, brooms, and different types of brooms. There is just...
There's so much you could do.
So much potential here.
The shield potions. You already have potions in the game, for God's sakes.
Right. Yeah. You could get potions ingredients if we wanted to be crazy.
You could have Wiggenweld potions for healing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The cars could be flying Ford Anglias.
Because they have cars in the game.
Because they have actual cars in the game.
So there's so much that they could do. Now, the thing that makes this a possibility is that Warner Brothers is already partnered with Epic Games. So Disney and Warner Brothers both have partnered with Epic Games for a multitude of things. Mm-hmm. That's why the Avengers have been featured in Fortnite. That's why Star Wars DC characters have been, which is Warner Brothers, have been featured in them. There's tons of different characters from these different universes that are licensed, and Warner Brothers has a ton. When they officially announced their partnership, I'm like, brother. This opens up the possibility of Harry Potter coming into the game, and people have been asking for it for some time.
So long. And I think that a lot of people were originally not with this hesitancy, but when people started asking for it, they were like, how are we going to work with wands? There's no ammo involved. We already did the Star Wars season where there's no ammo involved.
The blasters, you have cooldowns. Yeah. And I think it would totally work just fine, and they would still be able to use guns and stuff like that. That whole component would be totally fine. And what makes it easier is now that you've had multiple different PlayStation and Xbox and things like that games, with Hogwarts Legacy having been made in Unreal Engine, which is what Fortnite is made in, because Unreal Engine is owned by Epic Games, you have the character basis.
Map.
Yeah, you have the literal map to make the characters with, to make the wands with, the spell effects with. It's all there. And there's different stuff that you have to do to integrate it into this platform, but it's totally doable.
I can assure you it'll be lucrative.
There's also another side, though, speaking of it being lucrative or not, of contention about this coming into the game.
Oh, yes. The writer I'm going to separate and not comment on. This story has and always will mean a lot to me, especially since I've grown up with it, and I have too many wonderful memories connected to the story. Harry Potter is a story that means a lot to me. I want it in Fortnite.
Obviously, everyone knows the point of contention here is that anything that's affiliated with J.K. Rowling, people get pissed off about. The IP is owned by J.K. Rowling. She's getting her cut no matter what. Anytime that it's used for anything, she gets her cut. Now, you can just move past that and say, I don't like this person, but I like this. I like the art, not the artist. I'm going to enjoy it despite her. So what people are calling for is a boycott. If this actually comes, you guys should all boycott Fortnite. Don't buy anything. Don't buy the battle pass. Don't buy the crew, the Fortnite crew. Don't buy any of the skins in the shop. I would buy probably every single skin that they have available because this is the franchise that I'm obsessed with.
Right, this is my franchise.
You don't have to, and that's totally fine. But to boycott Fortnite, to try to punish them because they're partnering with Warner Brothers,
it doesn't make sense to take it out. And I've seen a bunch of posts on this that people are, they're sort of attacking Fortnite and Epic Games. They're also attacking
gamers, professional gamers,
streamers, content creators, people that are just posting this news. I think that you're absolutely just in the feelings that you're having, but you need to make sure that they're directed in the right place. If you're calling for this boycott because you want to do something, make sure you're actually doing something.
Well, and my whole thing is you want to do something negative, which is boycott, right? Like you want to take something away. Why don't you refocus your energy to do something positive, right? Like if you think that certain people are not given the right rights or the right support or whatever, be a pillar of support, be a pillar of advocacy, rather than being a pillar of negativity all the time online, which gets so old for the rest of us. Be a pillar of positivity. Build people up. You don't get anywhere by trying to tear the rest of the world down. Build people up instead. Redirect your focus on something positive.
I also think we've seen this. Like, everyone called for a boycott of Hogwarts Legacy.
The most popular and successful game for like 2 years straight.
Yeah. And it's an incredible game that's genuinely because we have to separate the art from the artist. The Harry Potter story and what it has become is incredible.
And there's rumors that the second Hogwarts Legacy is going to have some integration with the show to some extent, which would be awesome. The point here is, right, refocus your efforts to something more positive.
I am particularly asking for us to maybe stop giving hate to people that are just sharing news or information.
The people who like stream Fortnite, the people who, give the news updates about all these things in Fortnite specifically or in the Harry Potter franchise specifically, no need to hate on those people. What character would you want to play as?
I guess it depends. Honestly, if they brought Draco, I could totally play as Draco. That could be so fun.
I kind of want to be Sirius Black and have his prison outfit.
Oh, McGonagall. I would want to play as McGonagall. The emerald green,
Imagine
the witch's
if you could be
hat.
Snape and then fly as Snape, like he does.
Yeah. So the hard thing with these rumors is that AI exists now. You see concept art such as the one in front of us, and I don't know if it's real or not.
Well, yeah, I don't think this photo is an official Fortnite photo.
But
I think this is a Photoshop photo that somebody made using...
Like, you can just put it into chat. Like, you can't put it into chat because it's copyright. But there are a bunch of different platforms that you could put it in to generate things like this. It's so hard because, like, a year ago, I wouldn't have believed that this was just, like, randomly made. I mean, It could have been, but I think it would have taken a whole lot more work. But I've seen multiple images that look like Harry Potter characters in Fortnite. And I don't think any of them are real. It's causing some turmoil. I want to be very excited about this. Yeah. I will not allow myself to believe it's happening until Epic Games confirms it, because they have not confirmed this rumor yet.
Yeah, the other thing is, like, they're talking about this being in Chapter 7. And Chapter 7 for this game starts, I think, in December. Each chapter has multiple seasons within it.
Right.
So this could be Chapter 7 next October. Like, next... season 4 of Chapter 7. So I know this photo says early December 2025, but that's just when Chapter 7 starts. It doesn't mean that's when this would come to it. I'm excited either way. I really, really, really hope it does, because we've talked about this, for 3 years now?
At least.
And just like how it could be integrated. We have like an entire note on in Apple Notes on how, like, the different gameplay elements that would be distinctly different if you did a Harry Potter season versus like...
Yeah, if we're ever in the car with the kids, this is what we...
I think we had like a 2-hour drive somewhere, and the kids talked the entire time
But the kids were dedicated. They had some good ideas.
Yeah, they did.
I'm very excited. Love and respect to everyone.
That's, I think, pretty much all of our news.
That's it.
I want to hear what you think about the narrator situation for sure. I might be eating crow on that, but we'll see. We don't know yet.
He won't eat crow until it is served deliciously on a plate in front of it.
I want to know if you've listened to the Audible audiobooks yet, and what are your thoughts on the whole thing compared to the preview? Did you think that the preview was as bad as I did? Did you think that the audiobooks were as good as I thought they were, or as Jasmine thinks they are?
And I personally would really like to know who your favorite character was, and if you play Fortnite, what Harry Potter character would you like to play as?
I'd definitely like to know that.
Dude, you have sidekicks in Fortnite now, so you could have Crookshanks and Padfoot.
Yeah, I'm waiting to buy a sidekick until I know if they're going to release like a Hippogriff or a Thestral or Crookshanks.
Really excited. Trying not to be. Thank you so much for tuning in. Comment below, like, subscribe.
Ring the bell so you don't miss another magical moment.
And until next time,
keep your wand at the ready.
and stay magical. Finite.